Okay, so this clip that I'm about to show you after this, I'm walking between places right now, and I'm heading somewhere, and this clip that I'm about to show you will be in a couple of days time vlog, because I've got 2 up ready to go live. So I'm kind of giving you a sneaky preview into the future me. So like I say, I'm walking along somewhere, going along somewhere into another place, and I'm about to have a rant and rave, a follow on onto that. When I put my shorts up, talking about who picks the prices for these establishments. I'm just about to have a bit of a rant and rave, because I've got a theory, and it's just my opinion, guys. It's just my opinion. You're all entitled to your opinion. This is just my opinion. But yeah, I'm about to show you a clip, and I'll put this in a vlog in a few days time. So I'm giving you a sneaky preview. Here we go. Okay, so I've been speaking to a couple of people now, and basically they're saying the next town across, the next place across, Lower Scoft or something, like I say, first place in ages where there's a Wetherspoons, and everyone's saying, oh, it's rough, it's run down, it's rough, run through it. Now when people say stuff like that to me, I take it with a pinch of salt. I'm not from one of the best areas. I'm from a pretty rough area myself, so I take that with a pinch of bloody salt. How bad can it actually be? But what I have actually figured out is where I've been along this walk, there's been no Wetherspoons. So in the more posher areas, in the more uplifted posher areas, there isn't no Wetherspoons. But in the more deprived, run-down areas, there's a Wetherspoons. Why is that? Are these posh areas? Is a Wetherspoons not good enough for these areas? Or is it too cheap for them? And this begs the question, you know, going back to my previous video that I put up about how much things cost, and these establishments costing what they cost. And now think about this, right, guys? Just seriously open your little tiny brains up just for 2 seconds and think about this, right? Even if you are wealthy, and have a little bit of money, right, you've got one pub that sells pints for £3 a pint. You've got a pub next door to it that sells pints for £8 to £10 a pint. Which one are you going to be going in? Even if you've got the money, even if you've got the funds. Yeah, bear with me 1 minute, I'm just passing somebody with a baby. 1 minute. Even if you've got the funds, which pub are you going to be going in? Be honest, be absolutely honest. Why would you go in a pub where they're selling pints that are £10 a pint? Or a pub, a nice, happy, cheap and cheerful pub. Wetherspoons is just as good as any other pub, any other of these posh country pubs. A pub that sells pints at £3. Now if you're somebody that tells me that you go in and spend £10 on a pint, you're what's wrong with this world. You're part of this corporate greed we live in. Because when I put that video up the other day, so many people were missing the point of what I was trying to say. So many people were like, oh, is this a business? They can sell what they want, they can set the prices at whatever they want. You're gonna buy it. It's not the point. We are living, guys, in a corporate world, a greedy corporate world. Because clowns like us are falling for it. Now we can't escape it all, we can't get away from it all. We've got to give in to some consumerism, we've got to. But we've got choices. And where we've got choices, do we go in a happy, cheap and cheerful place like Spoons? Or do we go in a posh country pub That's why the snobby places don't want to Wetherspoons, because they know for a fact that locals will not go in the expensive pubs anymore, and they'll stick with spoons. They'll start going in spoons, and then all the other pubs will get shut down, and that's why they won't allow them to have a pub. Think about it. Think about it. You need to set your prices fairly. There's a difference between making a profit. I understand businesses want to make a profit, I get that, but there's a difference between making a profit and pure greed, and that is the point. And why you keep buying into it and say, oh, it's all right, they're allowed to do it, they can set the prices at whatever they want. Where does it stop, eh? Where does it end? When does enough become enough? Because I guarantee you people saying that today, right, you people saying that to me today, in another couple of years, in another few years, when the prices have tripled again and gone up again, and you're struggling to make ends meet, that's when you're going to be complaining. Right now you're like, oh, it's all right, I don't mind, I've got a little bit of money, I can throw money away, it doesn't matter. Just you wait, my friend, just you wait. You're feeding into it. We live in a greedy, corporated world, and it needs to stop at some point.